enters into the small intestine, which is framed by the large bowel. So there's your small intestine sitting in the framework of the large intestine. So you have your duodenum, which is the first section. And what is the length of the duodenum, guys, on your sheet? 10 inches. That's connected to the jejunum, the second part. How long is the jejunum? 8 feet. And then we have the ileum. This little tinge of blue here. This is the ileum. How long? 6 to 10 feet. And that's connected to the large intestine by the ileocecal valve. You can see this little slit here. This is a valve that allows what's left over from the small bowel into the cecum, which is the first portion of the large intestine. Inferiorly and posteriorly, there's the appendix right here. The appendix just painted on. It's the appendix. This is the cecum, and this is the ascending colon, traveling up towards the transverse colon, and then travels down in the descending colon to the S-shaped sigmoid. There's no rectum and anus shown on this model. Now, in addition to those ascending, transverse, and descending are these flexures or bends. Flex, extend, flex. This is where the liver is, hepatic flexure. This is where the spleen is, splenic flexure. So you have ascending colon, hepatic flexure, transverse colon, splenic flexure, descending colon, S-shaped sigmoid. You also have the tinea coli, this band of smooth muscle, here and here, and these little pockets are called haustra. These fat yellow structures here are called epiploic appendages. All right, small bowel, large bowel. Now, accessory structures of the digestive system include the pancreas. So this is the duodenum. This is the first segment of the small intestine. This is the duodenum. And this is the pancreas. It's a gland. And these little ridges on top of it represent the lobules of the pancreas. And this is the spleen. See these blood vessels, the splenic artery, splenic vein? They're entering into the spleen. What's the region of the spleen that receives the blood vessels? Any organ. The hilum. This is the hilum of the spleen. And then you have the pancreatic duct. Looks like spine of a flounder. You have the principal duct, which is larger in diameter and inferior, and you have the superior accessory duct. So juices from the pancreas, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, proteases, and buffers travel down the pancreatic duct and enter into the duodenum by this little opening here called the hepatopancreatic ampulla or ducta vata. That little dot, everyone sticks their pen in it. The hepatopancreatic ampulla. That's where the common bile duct in green and the common hepatic duct in white merge to release their secretions into the duodenum. So the bile that's traveling down the common bile duct is necessary for the emulsification of fats, and then the pancreatic lipase digests the fats so they can be absorbed more efficiently. The acinar cells which produce pancreatic amylase and lipase represent about 15% of the pancreas, and when amylase and lipase exceed 2 to 3 times the upper normal limit, that would be diagnostic of pancreatitis. So when someone has an elevated amylase and lipase, they're thinking maybe pancreatitis. The liver. Anterior view, support by the anterior wall of the abdomen by the falciform ligament. Falciform ligament. Inferiorly, you can see the round ligament, white band. And this ligament, anteriorly and posteriorly, separates the large right lobe from the small lobe. Large right, little left. Falciform ligament, anterior view, right lobe, left lobe, round ligament, gallbladder. So there's the gallbladder, which is collecting bile, which is produced by the hepatocytes of the liver. The gallbladder is connected to the common hepatic duct by the cystic duct right here. So this is the cystic duct. The cystic duct leads to the common bile duct right here, which is the same as this green duct right there. That's the common bile duct in green leading to the duodenum. Above that, you have the duct heading off to the left lobe, which is the left hepatic duct. You have one heading to the right, which is the right hepatic duct. And where the right and the left meet right here is called the common hepatic duct. The right hepatic, left hepatic merge to form the common hepatic. When they are intersected by the cystic duct here, it now becomes the common bile duct. So, common hepatic, common bile duct, which leads to this common bile duct, which drains into the duodenum, voiding the hepatopancreatic ampulla. And these ridges represent the plica circularis, which is increased fold. Excuse me? This little dot right there, that's the hepatopancreatic ampulla. And that's it. So,